I'm the Customer and Communities Director at Shettleston Housing Association, and I'm currently involved in the board at Albyn Housing Society, and I'm chair of their subsidiary, which is Highland Residential. So Highland Residential are the subsidiary of Albyn Housing Society. We manage their mid-market rent stock, and also in the Highlands they manage the low-cost home ownership on behalf of the Scottish Government, and also manages their factoring service. So those things are all done on behalf of the society through the subsidiary, and I've just recently taken on the chair, which is an excellent opportunity, having been involved in boards as a board member. So it's a step up in terms of experience, which is exciting but a bit daunting as well. I've got several years' experience of working on boards. Prior to this, I've been involved with Homes for Life Housing Partnership for 3 years. I was a board member there. So I've got quite a fair bit of experience working in boards, and as a kind of housing professional, I've got almost 20 years' experience. So quite a good mix of strategic and operational experience. I think for me, it's important that the organisation and its values are kind of aligned with what's important to you. Homes for Life is a fantastic organisation, a small organisation. I'd been involved with them for just shy of 3 years, and I thought the kind of time had come to appoint a new chief executive to look elsewhere. I think it's important that there's some change. You need some continuity, but you also need new ideas and new input. So I'm now involved with the Albyn Housing Society board and its subsidiary. So again, knowing what I know about that organisation, particularly for them, they're a bigger organisation. There's scope for them to do much more in terms of wider role, and that kind of thing's important to me. So that's kind of why I suppose it's just making sure that the organisation's in line with what's important to you and what your values are. I certainly hadn't appreciated the kind of level of networking you were able to do with colleagues in your sector. It was a good opportunity to learn from others that maybe do the similar job or a similar role to yourself. I hadn't appreciated I suppose, the mix of skills, because there are lots of different people involved in being board members, being the tenants or people who are in management roles or officer levels. I'm talking from a housing point of view. And I think having that mix is really, really important. So I hadn't appreciated there was that variety, I guess. Well, I think from the point of view of the charity or the organisation, it's important that there's people who have got not only an interest from a tenant point of view, but also professionals who maybe work in the sector, and they're able to share the knowledge and the experience they've got from the organisations that they've worked in. Because I think it's really important from a business side of things, because although you're a charity, you're also a business, so you need to have that kind of level of experience and knowledge that you're able to share and bring to the organisation. So I guess that can't be understated, although it's really, really important that tenants are involved, or people who are interested in the area. You need to have that level of professionalism as well. There's no doubt at all that there's a commitment involved, and I think it's important, if you're thinking about it, that you bear that in mind, because I suppose it's important from the organisation's point of view, but also for you get out of it what you put in. If you don't commit the time to read your papers, to contribute to the discussions, then you'll not get as much out of it, but I don't think you're then given to the organisation. So yes, there's a commitment there, but from me, in the sector that I work in, it's hugely benefited me in terms of seeing from the other side of the board table. You're involved in much more strategic discussions. You're talking about the business plan from the other side. So it's benefited me hugely in my career as well. So I think it's a kind of two-way benefit. I think I wouldn't have waited as long to join a board, because I think from my perspective, I thought, you need to be at a certain level to be able to contribute to the discussion, or to be able to, I suppose, have the knowledge. But it's actually not the case. I think it's something that you should have been involved in much earlier. In some ways, the benefit of not being in a senior position is you're maybe closer to the ground and closer to your tenants, so it's maybe it informs the discussion a little bit better. So I wouldn't have waited so long. I guess maybe when you join the types of organisations and you come into that role, you want to make sure that you're bringing something to the table, but equally there's lots of training opportunities available to you. There's lots of different development and maybe like mentors, and I never really took advantage of any of those types of things, where I think I probably would have benefited from it at the beginning. I feel more comfortable now, but I think it would have been better, and if I was starting again, I would definitely take advantage of that. For whatever sector you work on, even if it's not directly involved in it, I think having that involvement at a strategic level, you're involved in terms of business planning. Career-wise, it's benefited me hugely. It's given me much more insight into the business area an association. I have lots of experience in an operational basis, but I didn't have that strategic experience, and I don't think there's as much or really any scope in order to get that without joining the board. So I think it's really important career-wise, and I would definitely advise it. You get out of it what you put in. I mean, we've all got busy lives and careers and things like that, and sometimes it can be difficult to put the time aside. But I think when you have things like your board strategy days, when you get the opportunity to get together, and occasionally you get together with the staff, you are able to see the real difference that you can make. And again, from a career point of view, I've found it hugely beneficial. And I think again, talking about the housing sector, it's all about our tenants. You're getting the opportunity to shape the direction of your organisation. So maybe think about trying new areas to get involved in working in, and really that's a decision for the board in terms of strategic objectives of the organisation. So having that chance to do that, I've hugely enjoyed.